YouTube, what is up? We're back in business. I never thought I'd be doing this, but they gave us another round-based map, so here we are. You guys have been asking me on stream to do another video on the best Dark Aether spot on Forsaken, so go for camos if you're getting any new weapons or old weapons if you haven't completed Dark Aether yet. And I've played around on the map enough now to know the spots that I like, and I'm going to show them to you guys today. I'm going to talk to you guys about what camos you should be focusing on, what perks, field upgrades, and weapon attachments you guys can take into the game, spend your crystals on to be most efficient in getting camos. And we don't really waste time or bullshit on this channel, so let's get straight to what you came for. Now, when it comes to the attachments on your gun, there's just 3 things that we want. Any other attachments don't really matter. Pick your poison, but the first one's going to be the biggest magazine we can, so we're going to take that 50 round mag so we have the most ammo in our storage going into later rounds. If you guys have it unlocked, take the Tiger Team Spotlight for increased salvage drop so you can level up the tier of your weapon sooner. If not, just take the mounted flashlight. And then on the barrel, we're going to take any armor damage that we can. So whatever one it is, whatever gun you're playing with, take the armor damage barrel. So after round 20, we're able to kill those zombies easier. It's much better than the damage ratio when you scale into higher rounds with a task force barrel or something like that. Now in this game, we're going to be taking toxic growth. It's going to help make it so when zombies are running at you, it slows them down, giving you time to get more shots off, get more headshots, things like that. Now we want to make sure we have this tier 5 if you guys don't yet, because at tier 3 it doubles the damage enemies take while moving through the growth. So the bush is dealing damage to the zombies that you're shooting at, helping you kill them faster. At tier 4 we're going to get 3 charges of it, and then at tier 5 enemies killed by the growth explode, dealing toxic damage to nearby enemies and slow them by 50% for 3 seconds, which is huge. Now we're going to pair that with cryo freeze. This thing is nice because it's going to help you get more points. Every slowed and frozen zombie you kill is going to be an extra 10, as well as each bullet has a chance to slow normal enemies. So unlike Deadwire or anything that only goes off so often, every other bullet is pretty much slowing and freezing a zombie. So it's super effective. It goes off all the time. Slowed enemies are going to be slowed for 5 seconds, take 25% more damage. Their speed's going to be decreased by 50%. Special enemies can be slowed at tier 4. At tier 5, when you kill an enemy, the enemy shatters, spreading the slow effect to 5 nearby enemies, slowing them, and that's every 30 seconds. So when we pair the slow and the damage buffs with this one, as well as with toxic growth, it's a dynamic duo. One for the ages. It's definitely what you want to take into the game, I promise. Now, hopefully, if you have anything leveled up to tier 5, it's all of your perks, obviously. I know you guys are going to pick up Quick Revive and Jug and things like that, but the ones that are going to be important for this, at least Speed Cola at tier 2, because at tier 2, field upgrades recharge 20% faster, so we need less kills to get our bushes back. Like I said, Quick Revive and Jug are a must. The health regeneration and the extra health you get are W's. Get Deadshot to tier 5 if you can. This thing is going to give you tons of damage increases to the head, as well as armor. This thing is just great all around. Now, Mule Kick is huge. We need to get this thing to tier 2 because at tier 2, all enemies have a small chance to drop ammo. So when we're staying in the same spot and killing zombies, we can kind of just walk forward, pick up the ammo, walk back to our spot we're in. Death Perception is huge to level up. At tier 3, we're going to get 20% more looted salvage, helping us increase our weapon level. And at tier 4, increase armor penetration by 25%, which is massive in higher rounds. And PhD Slider, because why not? It's literally the most fun perk in the game. I know I'm kind of going over a lot, but all we're going to focus on for camos, going through all of them, the 2,500 kills that we're going to have to get, the 2,500 critical kills, 2,500 Pack-a-Punch kills. We're really just going to want to focus on the 2,500 critical kills. By the time you guys get this one done in-game, you're going to complete the Pack-a-Punch and the normal kills. Now for that 2,500 kill mark, we can either do that in 4 games, getting 625 kills a game, in 2 games of getting 1,250, or in 1 game, get the entirety of the 2,500, which might be a little difficult, but you can do it. Now, the other camo challenges like the 15 elite kills, 10 kills rapidly 10 times, 3 or more critical kills rapidly, and then 20 or more kills without being hit. These are all going to kind of happen on their own, so don't even focus on them at all. Really what we're focusing on is that math behind the 2,500 critical kills that we're going to need to get. And I'll literally show you everything I do. So if you want to turn on your game, turn it on, play it with me, I'll walk you through everything that I do on this map. Before we jump into today's video, I just want to talk about today's sponsor. PrizePicks is an online fantasy sports betting app, which features sports such as the NFL, the NBA, college football, MLB, even things like Counter-Strike Go, Rocket League, League of Legends, Dota. Download PrizePicks to your phone or visit PrizePicks.com. You pick 2 players from 2 different teams, let's say Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson. Now on the app, this is simple over-unders, so it's going to ask you, do you think Aaron Rodgers would pass for more than 260 passing yards? And whether you think he'll have more or less than that, you choose over or under. Now after selecting those 2 options, you can choose to do a flex play or power play. On the power play, if I get both of these right, I 3 times my money. If I bet $20, I win win 60. On the flex play, if I get both of them right, I win 2 times my money, but if I only get one right, I get half of my money I bet back. Now, you can add up to 5 players every time, changing the odds. Now, each sport has their own categories like passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, receptions, touchdowns, interceptions, things like that. The power play has a bigger payout with more risk, and the flex play is a little bit safer. And beginning on October 18th, you can cancel your own entries right after you place them if you change your mind. This is something you guys can mix and match: NFL games, college football, baseball, and CSGO all in one bet. Like I said, this is an app I personally use whether I want to bet on single stats or their overall fantasy score. When you guys sign up, make sure to use my referral code and you can get up to $100 match on any deposited funds you play with. So right when the game's starting and we're in the first room where the rounds continually progress and they go fast, we're going to stay in here until we can get a little above 8,000 points. Once we hit 8,000 points, we're good to move through the teleporter. Grab your loose change at the perk machines. All right, we're gonna grab a double points there at round 5. You guys should get one when you're in this area too. So just stay here through the entirety of the duration of that double points and get to your 8,000 there. If you can get a little bit higher before the end of round 6, that's perfect. But we do not want to stay in here until the end of round 6. So hurry up and get those points and get moving. All right, so we got out just in time. We got a lot of points there because we got a double points as well as a bonus points. So once we head through the teleporter, grab Juggernaut here. You guys can hop up on this little booth and then jump into the next area. We're just going to speed run through these areas too. We're just going to do everything we need to do to get the pack punch on as fast as possible. So once we head through that teleporter to the next area underneath the observation tower, we have to run all the way over to where the teleporter's at. And we're going to stay in here until there's one zombie left in round 6. So we're going to stay here and get as many points as we can until there's one zombie left. All right, once we knife that zombie, we should be at our last zombie on the map. Yeah, there we go. So now we're just going to head straight into search the area where we're going to pick up the pieces that we need to rebuild the teleporter. So super easy. Just follow the path that I'm going. It'll be very fast. And then inside the video room, lastly, we're just gonna head over here to the right and we'll see it glowing on the table. So once we run back over to the teleporter where it prompts us to build it, we're just gonna go through that. Since we've gotten game, I've been recording for 5 minutes, so we've only been in here for 5 minutes into the game. So just keep following those prompts that it's gonna have us run through. We're just gonna speed run through that. Once it spawns the abomination, we're gonna drop our first bush. Now we're gonna have 3 at this point, but once it walks through it, it's gonna take a bunch of damage continually. Now once that abomination spawns, just run over here. You should have enough scrap to level up the tier 1s, which is going to help you kill the abomination. So we're going to kill him, end the round, go into the next one. Then we're going to go through the teleporter. It's going to take us to where our pack-a-punch is at, which we should have just enough money to do. So after we push the button and lift the lockdown, a pack-a-punch should open. And like I said, we'll have that 5,200 points, just perfect. We'll pack-a-punch there for the first time. Now at this point, once we're pack-a-punch, we're kind of a go. We can start to explore the spots that I have. And all you guys are doing now is saving money to level up your weapon and purchase those perks so you guys can get your ammo off the ground, get your salvage off the ground, deal more damage with dead shot and, you know, death perception and all those things. We're just saving our money now to pretty much scale ourselves up. So the 2 areas I like best for the early rounds, these 2 buildings where stamina up is and quick revive. Both of these buildings have good early round spots. So we're going to run inside of one, right where quick revive's at, and we're going to take a right. And right in this small little room is a very good room for those early rounds. Now the zombies are going to come at you right on the left. All their heads are going to be in the same exact place, so you can shoot them, as well as kind of a tight area to aim through over there. A small line of sight, which is going to be easy to fly through those early rounds. Make it so you don't have to run around, train, do anything too hard. It's super easy. Look at that. So you could realistically sit in this spot, I'm not joking, kind of up to round 20. But when you place a toxic growth right below you, so all these zombies that are turning the corner, you can sit here for quite a while. I'm going to be honest. So if we leave this spot, our next one just across the way, if it gets a little bit harder for you in there, literally just come over here. It's going to be the exact same thing in the map design. You're just going to have a little bit longer of a sight line that you can look at, because it's not spawning there right on your left. But either of them are fun just to sit in. It's kind of a mix up of views if you want to change up the spots. Here's 2 good ones at the early rounds. Now I also have a really funny spot over here in the donut shop. You guys are going to be like, Zach, this one's crazy. You're going to get stuck. Now, if we stand right to where we can kind of permanently rebuild this barrier, these zombies are not going to be able to get through as long as we're holding that rebuild button. Now, they can't really punch us right on the edge, and we're going to have a nice straight line up here. So maybe a little bit weird on controller, but as long as you're holding the rebuild, they're never going to be able to come in. You can place a bush right below you and kind of just stay right here. Not to mention, when we get elemental pop, the perk, when we're reloading and it sparks and does that damage, it's going to be killing the zombies in the window. But kind of a fun little spot if you want to mix it up. I like this one a lot. So things that are going to start helping you right away. First off, the second you can, buy Cryo Freeze. Again, pairing that with your Toxic Growth is going to make it so that all these slowed zombies are taking additional damage, and it gives you the chance every other bullet to do that damage. So after that, we're going to head back into the bunker and pick up some perks that are going to help us immediately. Perks that are going to help us right away are going to be Speed Cola and Mule Kick Tier 2. Now, the reason we're grabbing those is so we can get our Toxic Growth pushes up 30% faster, and then that way we can start picking up ammo from the ground if we want to stay in one spot. Now, once you guys have the money, I definitely would start picking up your damage perks before you start picking up your Pack-a-Punch itself. I'd like grabbing Deadwire for the extra headshot damage and critical kills, which is pretty much what we're chasing at the beginning of the games, right? We don't want to miss any of those critical kills and make it so we have to play longer than we need to. At that same time, I like to grab Death Perception because that's going to give us extra armor penetration as well as salvage, so we can come over here and level up our weapons faster than we would have before. Now, the remaining perks like Quick Revive and Stamina Up or PhD and things like that are stuff you can pick up after you Pack-a-Punch your weapon, but at this point, every point I make from the zombies, I'm going to be putting into Pack-a-Punching my gun fully. Now, at the start of the round, just to show you guys the setup, the portal through the bunker, we're going to run to the other end of the hallway to my favorite spot on the map, and this is the one you guys should try out. Now, once we run all the way to the opposite side, we're going to come into this corner, our first bush, a second one right by the door, and then a third one kind of in the middle. Now, the reason we're going to drop that one is all these longer sightline zombies are going to walk into that. Give us some time to kind of pepper them down the hallway while they walk at us. Now, all these zombies walking in from the bunker are going to get stuck on this bush immediately. This is kind of a last line of defense. But now, once we're shooting at these guys, our Cryo Freeze is going to slow them. All their heads are going to get slowed in the exact same spot, and we have plenty of time to shoot at these zombies far away from us. So you're pretty much never going to miss a headshot as long as you set up exactly like I just did. This is the best spot in the map. And remember, every 30 seconds, your Cryo Freeze is going to explode, slowing all nearby enemies. So every zombie, just like that gets stuck on those is going to be taking additional damage and get slowed. So, and that's exactly why we get Speed Cola, so we can put down another bush the second we need to. Really, only one is needed here until like round 30, like round 25 or 30. I'm dead serious, which I will show you guys here in a little bit. I'll play to those higher rounds and try and get through them for you. But one bush right here should be just fine. Just close enough to where if you need to reload, you can kill those zombies. So you could sit like this, keep one of your bushes in the bank, and just shoot the zombies that are turning the corner. You're going to have plenty of time to shoot them. I'm just going to walk up there every once in a while, pick up some ammo from the normal zombies. We'll pretty much stay at max ammo 24/7. You won't ever need to buy ammo or look for a max ammo or anything. You're just going to be able to pick it up all the time. Now, something that should be noted with this spot, as well as any other spot you guys use, once those manglers, mimics, disciples, or the abominations start spawning in, don't try and hog the spot, right? Sometimes they might even teleport right on top of you, kind of right here. Like the abomination will just go and spawn right there. If that happens, just leave your spot a little bit, go train for a sec, kill the abomination, and then return to your spot to get the zombies. Something I love about this spot too is all we have to do now that I have the money, right after I finish around, if I have the money, I just have to run to the opposite end of the hallway to the teleporter, and then I can go straight back into the observation tower and spend my points on Pack-a-Punching, which is amazing. It's literally 2 steps away, and then right then and there we should be doing enough damage with our weapon. Oh, hello abomination. But we're gonna be, after round 15, having enough scrap to get purple. We're gonna have enough blue scrap because of the round bonus, and whether you're with me at the same amount of points or not, now right around these rounds is when you can head back into the Wonder Phase, kind of pick up any remaining perks that you don't have. If you want Elemental Pop, if you want Stamina Up, PhD, whatever you want, just start spending your points on that. So now remember, if you guys are playing to get each of your weapons done in the 4 games, you're just going to need those 625 critical kills. So I'm at round 22 and it's 683 critical kills. So right around round 21 or 22, you guys can expect to restart your game and go again if you're going every 4 games and getting to that 625. Now, right as I head into round 30, we are going to be at 1,400 eliminations, 1,130 critical kills. So if you're planning on doing this in 2 games, know that about round 30, if you focus up a little bit more than I did, you should be able to get those 1,250 critical kills to finish up your game and then restart and go again right around 2 games of round 30. So first, I think we're going to head back to not quite the fan favorite, maybe the hardest one to be honest, but one that I think is funny and super viable if you can kind of get it down. So we'll put one of those in front of us. And then remember, as we're aiming down our sight, shooting in the straight line, we're just going to continually rebuild that barrier behind us. The zombies are going to hit us, but they're not going to be able to hit us enough to really damage our HP. Once we have Quick Revive and our HP is regenning faster, it will kind of always and constantly be going back up. So they really can't down you, even though it shows you're being hit, because they're hitting us one turn and then attacking the barrier the next. So sitting here like this is pretty much an a barrier that's never going to go down, and a straightaway that's pretty nice on this map, and in a map that's hard to find straightaways. The one downside with this spot obviously is that they're hitting you so often you're going to lose your armor. So on any of the crazy rounds where there's an abomination, a mangler, things like that, what I like to do is jump over here behind the counter and then just PhD slide until you get through that doorway. So you can either slide and hit a zombie or hit the wall on that doorway. It'll explode, kill the zombies around you, kind of give you a second to escape. But that's that round. That's round 31. Round 30 passed in that spot. The downside of this spot is there's so many zombies that spawn on the left side, right? And there's such a tight angle coming in at you that bush is going to get worn down fast. Now, it doesn't really matter because at this point of the game, our toxic growth, we're getting back in 30 kills, and it's going to help us a ton. But as you can see, in this spot without it, I'm really kind of getting pushed out already. Like, I might even go down just while talking. No, we're good. Okay. So I think with that spot in your later rounds, if you're going to do anything, you know, the zombies in 2 games or 1 game, it's too hard of a spot to maintain. Now, if we try our other spot and we're going to put a bush there, this one's going to give us a little bit longer of sight lines with zombies kind of coming from a more broad area in the middle. So we'll see how this one holds up. I'll just kind of play through the round here. All right, so round 33 has just started. We'll see if we can make it all the way through the round. Yeah, and it looks like I can't make it all the way through the round. That's crazy. That one really surprises me. I thought that we'd have long enough sight lines. So I think I've got a favorite. I think I've got one that's best for you guys. Now remember, a lot of those spots aren't bad spots, but we're at round 33. So if you plan on doing this in 1 or 2 games, you might want to go with this one. But like I said, all these zombies that are going to spawn on the right aren't too far from us. And for some reason, it just feels so much better than the other areas we've had. This line of sight deep with the zombies that are coming from our left gives me plenty of time to shoot at them while they're not touching any of the bushes. So I have time to focus on these guys that are up close. The disciples, tempests, manglers, abominations, all those things are going to be annoying as usual no matter what spot you're in, but this one is just way easier than the other spots we've looked at. Oh, it's sustaining. This is crazy. I can't believe it is. This is such a short line of sight compared to Firebase Z. Firebase D is still just my favorite spot in the game. It's such a beautiful spot. There we go. I think we did it. I'm really only trying to have 1 bush up here. Yeah, holy cow. That's impressive. It's a little chaotic, I'm not going to lie, but if you can pull it off, there's a whole footage of kind of 1 round and what you guys can expect to see on 37. I think that's going to be it. I really don't think there's anything else I need to test. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like. If you've made it to the end, I appreciate it a ton. Leave me a comment. I want to know what you guys think about Vanguard Zombies coming out and kind of the stories combining going into the next game. So hopefully we get to see some sort of Dark Aether Zombies camo in the next one. I'm sure we will, but this is going to be my last guide on this game. I thought my previous one on Mauer or Toten was going to be, but hey, they gave us another round-based map. You guys asked for it, you get it. So again, I love you guys so much. If you haven't yet subbed, we got lots of new stuff coming with these next year games. So we're almost at 70K. I'd appreciate that if you stuck around. And let me know if you guys have any other spots I don't know about. Maybe you guys have your own spots you've been using on this map, but if you need to go for camos, I would suggest the one in the back of bunker. Thank you guys, really. I hope you have a kick-ass rest of your day if you're just starting it. Sleep well if you're just ending it. And we will see you in the next one or in the live stream. Peace out, guys.